All right, Steeler fans, you know what time it is. It's time for the winners and losers segment. And when you can have 11 winners and only 4 losers in this segment, well, it's a good day. It's a good day at the office. And it was a good day at the office for the Pittsburgh Steelers at Acrisure Stadium. Home opener was a success. Let's get this thing started with the winners. The winner, first winner, Justin Fields. Listen to the stat line. 25 of 32, 245 yards. He had a 7.7-yard average. He threw 1 touchdown, did throw an interception, batted ball, got knocked down. He was sacked twice for 13 yards, a 96.0 rating. He also had 6 carries running the ball for 6 yards and 1 touchdown. For the first time, Justin Fields, dare I say, looked like your drop back quarterback. Like, it was weird. Justin Fields was not always on the run. They were not bootlegging him out and giving him half-field reads. They were not making sure that they were doing the safe thing all the time. And what did Justin Fields do? 245 yards. Beautiful throw to Calvin Austin. He had several beautiful throws, if I'm being honest. It was not just the throw to Calvin Austin. He threaded the needle on more than one occasion. High-risk throws come with high reward. He also saw a high-risk throw get tipped into the air and intercepted by Bud Dupree. Yes, that Bud Dupree. So, yeah, Justin Fields. It sucks that he threw an interception. I don't think many people are going to bemoan it. I hated when it happened because the Steelers had phenomenal field position. First play, you give it right back. I understand that. But 25 of 32, 245 in a fourth quarter where they just iced out the game in the run game, that's a great day. That's a great day. And dare I say it, I don't know how the Steelers can go to Russell Wilson at this time or any time unless Justin Fields doesn't play well enough. And that's going to be a dicey situation with Russell Wilson. But we don't know if he's there yet or not. We'll see. But kudos to Justin Fields. Let's not throw some water on the fire. All right, let's go to the next winner, Nick Herbig. Nick Herbig has 3 total tackles, 3 solo, 2 sacks. He has 2 quarterback hits and 1 forced fumble. So Nick Herbig comes in for an injured Alex Highsmith. And I'm watching this, and the one thing that I found, and I'm not trying to kick him in when he's down, and Alex Highsmith, but I watch a team like Atlanta and all that they do to slow down TJ Watt. I'm watching a team like Denver, same thing. Watching a team like the Chargers. They are giving Joe Alt so much help on TJ Watt. And I'm looking at them like, okay, Alex Highsmith, win your one-on-one matchup. Like, this is your chance. They're not even giving you any attention except for saying you have to beat the tackle. And he was struggling. He was struggling. So Nick Herbig goes in there, and he's like a little TJ Watt clone. And what does he do? Ripping, roaring over there. Man, what impact plays. This is what we wanted to see. The Nick Herbig from the preseason getting his opportunity to shine in the regular season. So Alex Highsmith, he might be out for a little bit. If Nick Herbig can stay healthy and he can produce like that, he's either going to do one of two things. You're not going to be able to constantly give help to both sides. So maybe he gets some attention and TJ Watt feast on his side. I don't know. Nick Herbig, phenomenal game. He deserves to be on the winners list. And so does TJ Watt. He's the next winner. I said this earlier this year, and I stand by my statement. TJ Watt deserves to be on the winners list. Therefore, I'm going to put him on the winners list. I don't care how many times he is, and I don't care if it gets old. He had 3 total tackles, 3 solo, 1 sack, 1 tackle for loss, 2 quarterback hits. And again, if you just watched him, go back and watch the game if you have the capabilities. And just watch TJ Watt. Watch what the defense or what the offense is doing to try and stop him from wrecking the game. He still gets a sack, still hitting the quarterback, still making plays, still being a dynamic playmaker in the run game as well. He is the complete package, folks, and he deserves to be on the winners list. Let's go to the next winner, Calvin Austin III. That's right, Cal, my boy Cal. 4 catches, 95 yards, 23.8-yard average, a touchdown, a 55-yard long on 5 targets. So 4 catches on 5 targets. Calvin Austin III had a very good game. When Van Jefferson went down with an eye injury, it was Calvin Austin III that got the call up. It was Calvin Austin III that got the opportunity, and he seized it. He seized it. Now, like I said in the first half of this podcast, I'm not about to just say, like, this is the answer. This is the guy. They don't need anyone else. but boy, did he put a good step forward and remind everyone, especially on the touchdown catch, how fast this guy is. When you saw that scene, when he catches that ball over the middle and you see the two safeties, the two high safeties, and he has to split them, I'm thinking to myself, if there's one guy on this team and probably one guy in this stadium that can split them and get into the end zone, it's Calvin Austin III. Good for him. It was awesome to see Calvin Austin III have a good game. Seems like a very humble young man. Good to see him win and be on the winners list. Next, let's go to the run defense, the rush defense. The Chargers, again, said it in the first half, they were averaging over 197 yards per game. And so you come in here, and yes, they played the Raiders, and they played the Panthers, and the Steelers fans are thinking, well, this isn't the Steelers defense. And no, it's not. But listen to what the Steelers defense did to that Chargers running attack. They held them to 20 carries, 61 yards, a 3.1 yard average. They did not score a touchdown, and they had one run that is a 13-yard long. 20 carries, 61 yards. I don't know what else there is to say. To be honest with you, I honest to God don't. They held that offense, that running attack, to 61 yards. It's Cam Hayward up front. We're going to talk about him in a second. Keanu Benton's not going to have the stats, but he had a huge game. We're going to talk about the linebackers, the secondary players contributing. Oh my gosh, even Joey Porter Jr. was out there making tackles in the run game. It's contagious, people. It is contagious. Everyone wants to get their hand in the pile. Rush defense finds their way on the winners list. All right, the next one is the running game of the Steelers. Now, the running game did not total like some huge yardage. They had 31 carries, 114 yards, a 3.7 average. They did score a touchdown, Justin Fields, and they had a 21-yard long. It's not the totality of the running game. It was the fourth quarter. It was the second half. It was the fourth quarter where the Steelers ran the ball down their throat, 6-minute offense, and they never gave the ball back. Never gave it back. I don't know. I can't speak for everyone out there, but anyone else out there wish the Steelers would have not kneeled down at the 1-yard line and would have said, we're plunging it in. Let's get some points. Let's get somebody a touchdown. Let's get Cordero Patterson a touchdown. Someone, I don't know. Maybe I'm alone. Maybe I'm selfish. I don't know. But the running game, they did their job when they had to. And don't be surprised if you start to see Mason McCormick being involved a little bit more. He came in the second half as the tackle eligible. He's not a tackle. He's a guard, but they use him as an extra blocker. Don't be shocked when you see some correlations there. Let's see if the Steelers keep that up in the coming weeks. Next, I'm going to call this secondary contributors is a winner. We all know about George Pickens. We all know about Najee Harris. We all know about Justin Fields. These are primary contributors. But what about the secondary contributors? I had 3 players fall into this category. Pat Freiermuth had 4 catches on 5 targets for 33 yards. Scotty Miller, 2 catches on 2 targets for 31 yards. One was a huge third down conversion. Cordero Patterson had 4 carries running the ball, 33 yards. He also had 3 catches on 5 targets for 15 yards. This is what you want to see from the Steelers offense. This is what you want to see from Justin Fields. You want to see him throwing it to a number of players, not just George Pickens. It's great when George Pickens has a big game. No one's going to be mad about that. But what you want to see is you want to see them spreading the ball around. That's what this is. That's the secondary contributors. Keep it up. Pat Freiermuth, Scotty Miller, Cordero Patterson absolutely deserve a lot of credit because they had great games. Let's go to the next winner, Cam Hayward. Cam Hayward. He was, and Terrell Austin was quoted, they talked about this, Tony Romo and Jim Nantz, and Terrell Austin said that if it just came to stopping the run, Cam Hayward could play until he's 50. He might be right. He might be right. Terrell Austin might be right. His stat line, Cam Hayward, that is, 4 total tackles, 3 solo, 1 sack, 2 tackles for loss, and a quarterback hit. He was all over the field today. He was abusing the interior of the Pittsburgh or the Los Angeles Chargers offensive line. And if you go back to last week, Friday, behind enemy lines, I had Jamie Hoyer on from the lightning round, and he talked about how the weakness of the offense for the Chargers has been up the middle, right in the front. That's where Cam Hayward feasted. Kudos to him. He deserves to be on the winners list. The next winner, inside linebackers. The inside linebackers. Okay, so I took all three: Patrick Queen, Landon Robertson, Peyton Wilson. Patrick Queen, 8 tackles, 4 solo, and a pass defense. Probably should have been an interception, but still, it's a pass defense. Landon Roberts, 4 tackles, 3 solo, 1 sack, 1 tackle for loss, 1 quarterback hit. Peyton Wilson had 2 tackles and 1 solo, but he was noticeable. This was an inside linebacker game. When you have the LA Chargers and their running attack coming to town, you better tell these 3 individuals that it's a double chin strap game. You better bring your hard hat because it's going to be a long day at the office and it's going to be a thumper. You're going to be sore as hell after this one. They answered the call, answered the bell. These guys all deserve to be on the winners list. 2 more winners to get through. The third down offense. You all know my rule. I want to see 50%. Dave Schofield can comment on the article. He can tell me I'm wrong, that the league average is 40%. I don't give a crap. 50%. Third down offense was 7 for 14. They hit that 50% mark. Therefore, they're on the winners list. And the last one is the third down defense. Winning those key downs situations is huge. The stat line for the LA Chargers, they were 3 for 11 on third down. So kudos to the Steelers on third down, getting off the field, getting the ball back to the offense to dominate time of possession. There are your 11 winners. But let's go to the losers. Only 4. Shouldn't take us too long. Obviously, the injuries. There's more injuries coming. You've got, hopefully, Van Jefferson's okay, but Alex Highsmith with the groin. You've got Jalen Warren, we're assuming, with the hamstring. Corey Trice. Man, they get the hits keep coming. Hopefully, they're not serious injuries. You know, you deal with Troy Fautanu as well, and him going on IR. It just sucks. So let's hope that the injuries are kind of done for a little bit. And let's hope that they can get some of these players back and healthy sooner rather than later. The next loser, costly drops. Yeah, believe it or not, with the offense and the numbers that Justin Fields put up, over 200 yards passing, could have been better. George Pickens had a drop, third down play. Pat Freiermuth with the drop, third down play. And those weren't just like little dink and dunk throws. They're 15, 20, 25-yard throws. They complete those passes. Man, everything else changes. Not only does the third down offense look even better than 7 for 14, but the numbers look better for George Pickens, for Pat Freiermuth, everyone involved. People might say this is nitpicking. That's fine. But you want to see your best receivers. And I would say that Pat Freiermuth, George Pickens would fall into that category. Make those catches. All right. You got to make the routine catches routinely, as Mike Tomlin would say. All right, next, pre-snap penalties. The Steelers were penalized 3 times for 15 yards, and I'm pretty sure all 3, if not all 3, 2, were illegal formation penalties, pre-snap stuff. That's unacceptable. Yes, they cut down on their penalties tremendously, but when you clean up like the holdings and stuff like that, and yet you still get called for that, the illegal formation, a player not on the line of scrimmage, that sucks. And that's obviously going to be a continued effort to try and get those just ironed out. Just get rid of them. The last one is the turnover battle. For the first time this season, the Steelers did not come away on the positive in turnover differential. Justin Fields' interception was the only turnover of the game. The Steelers' defense was unable to get the ball back. Mentioned how Patrick Queen could have had an interception, but they didn't. Kind of knew that was going to be the game plan for the Chargers, to protect the ball. Nonetheless, got to say, you don't win the turnover battle. That's never really a good thing. All right, so 11 winners and 4 losers. That's awesome. That's awesome. I love these shows. These shows are the best. Don't forget, the Victory Monday, go check out my Twitter feed at jhartman, HARTMAN_PIT. I will have retweeted the Steel Curtain Network tweet on the directions on how you can get yourself a brand new Steel Curtain Network t-shirt. Or if you want to upgrade to a sweatshirt, long sleeve t-shirt, you can. All you got to do is just pay the difference. So we'll send you the gift card. You get what you want. We have some new designs out. I did one. I was so sick and tired of hearing people mispronounce Troy Fautanu's name, and so it's phonetically how you spell it, how you should say it. And then also one that just says Eat, Sleep, Football, Repeat with the Steel Curtain Network logo there. Go get them. We appreciate everyone that supports us in every which way, but that does it for me. I love these Victory Monday podcasts. Let's hope we have a lot more of them, but that's it. Make sure you check out SteelCurtainNetwork.com for all your Pittsburgh Steelers needs. Again, SteelCurtainNetwork.com. Check out all of our podcasts. Not just this one. Check out the Here We Go Steelers show with Coach KT Smith and Brian Davis coming up at 11. Check out the Steelers Hangover with Daniel J. and Shannon White. And tomorrow you'll get Bad Language, the Mike Tomlin press conference recap with Dave Schofield and the Scobro Show. All of it. Check us out wherever you get your Steelers news just by searching Steel Curtain Network. But that does it for me. You know how he finishes out. Be safe, be kind, and God bless. Have a great start to your week. We'll see you on Wednesday. Go Steelers.